Hey, what's going on? Paul Farm here. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 195. What on these, I like to share with you my journey online, my marketing tips, mindset tips, and anything else I believe will be of value to you. So, uh, to start off, I want to talk about something that happened yesterday, and then I'm going to go into my main topic. Okay, so yesterday, I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a couple stories here. Okay, so yesterday I was on the phone with a guy that was I was looking into getting a personal loan, and the person on the other end of the phone. One of the things I noticed, and the reason I noticed this is because I'm part of this private community where we learn how to effectively communicate with people. So they want what we have, and it's not about pitching, it's not about selling, it's not about any of that stuff. Not that selling is bad, but it's not about convincing, it's not about telling people what they need. It's not about that at all. It's about really allowing the person you're communicating with to go into what it is they want. And that's a skill. That's something you need to learn. Well, you're going to want to learn to have more success when you're communicating with people. But anyway, the guy was just talking at me the whole time, just talking at me. Um, and it's funny because it really stood out to me, some of the things he was doing. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, maybe if you ask me what it is that I want, like, why am I doing this? Then just, you know, talk at me and try to get me into something I don't want to do. Um, that would have been more of a success. And it's just kind of interesting because, like, I literally was listening to what he was saying. Like, I just shut my mouth. I didn't say anything. I really allowed him to talk. And one of the things you want to do when you're communicating with a prospect, when you're communicating with a potential partner, is you want to allow them to talk, not you. You want them to talk more than you. If you are talking more than them, then you got a problem. Then you're basically going to hang yourself because you're going to say something that's going to turn that person off. So it's just a lesson. And one of the things I've learned too, or one of the things I do now, is I don't hate salespeople. I don't hate when people are selling me something. I don't hate on them. They're doing their job. Like, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. I actually kind of admire it. I pay attention to what they're doing and how they're approaching it. And it's just kind of different. Like, a lot of people hate being sold. Like, they absolutely hate it. And I'm kind of at this place now where I kind of like just kind of pay attention to what they're doing. And, if it's good, I admire it. Of course, if it's not so good, then I kind of like, okay, well, he probably could have done this better and done that better. I just look at it differently. So the other thing I want to share with you, like I said, I'm part of this private community. Now, to get in this private community, you need to purchase a product that is $1,000. Okay, I'm being straight with you, $1,000. But as a bonus, you get access to this private community that is valued at $23,000 in value. It's valued at that. Okay, so you're getting this amazing bonus. So I've been talking about having a mentor for a while. I've been talking about having a coach, having a guide, having someone show you that is proven, that knows exactly what to do, that knows how to course correct, right? Like, so they can look at what you're doing and go, okay, you need to do this instead. And I've been talking about that quite a bit. And we have recorded videos, and we have live videos that come on, and things like that. But yesterday, and I don't do this often, like, I'm not the type of person that wants to get on the phone and bother my mentor. I don't want to, like, I want to come with them. I don't want to go to them as a victim or anything like that. I want to come to them, and I don't want to waste their time, if that makes sense. Like, there's a lot of people out there that will call you on the phone, and you could tell them exactly what to do and they won't do it, or they'll question it, or they'll, it's just a complete waste of time. So I didn't want to do that, right? So anyway, I reached out to him. I gave him some praise, thanked him for all the value he's providing and everything he's doing for us and how he goes above and beyond. I thanked him for all that, told him what I've been doing, watching the videos and tuning in and plugging in, getting all kinds of value. And then I just said, hey, if you have a moment, it'd be great to talk, So he was at lunch. About 20 minutes later, gave me a call, and we talked for 53 minutes, just over 53 minutes on the phone. And he's done multiple seven figures. So for that to, so I've done other things where they charge you for this kind of thing. And anyway, he talked to me for 53 minutes, gave me some great advice, gave me some things that I haven't been doing. And these are more like inner things, right? Self-love things that I know most people don't do. 80% of what we do is negative self-talk. The human condition, 80% of what we do is negative self-talk. And so he gave me some things to do that I haven't been doing. I've never done. I never wanted to do. To be honest with you, the thought of doing them is something that really, like, I'm not comfortable with it. Like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because I know I need to. Okay. And I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I'm going to tell you it's something I don't want to do. And it makes me very uncomfortable. And that just means I need to do it. And that's the value of having a mentor, because they can go and look at what it is you're doing and course correct. It's like, this is something I would have never even thought about, to be honest. I never would have thought about it. So that was great. It was a really great conversation. And I'm very grateful for his time, because most 7-figure earners plus 8-figure earners, you're not getting on the phone with them. And if you get on the phone with them, it's like 15 minutes and you got to pay a pretty hefty amount to just do that. So very grateful that he is that way. That is one of the reasons why I got started in this community, is because I knew he was that way. So it goes well beyond, just the videos and all that. And the longer I'm in this and the deeper I go, the more I realize, we start at the surface, but then it just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and there's more layers to it. And it's so much more than what people see on the surface. So if you're on the outside looking in, so you're on the outside and you're like, oh, well, why do I need that? Like, I could figure this out on my own. Or, oh, my sponsor's showing me how to do. Your sponsor who hasn't made 8 figures, 7 figures, your sponsor's showing you what to do, right? Your sponsor's showing you what to do who doesn't have at least 5 0 to executive income in their first year stories. Your sponsor's telling you what to do. Your mentor, who you can't even get in touch with, all you can do is watch videos, is telling you what to do. I get it. I understand. We don't want to spend extra money. We don't want to invest in ourselves. I get it. I understand, because that is something I did for the longest time. I mean, years I did this, years. And I kept telling myself, I could figure it out. I'm smart enough. I'm not stupid. I could do this. And, I have had some success, but I think I would have way more success if I had taken these steps way earlier than spending years, literally years of frustration, years of spending just thousands and thousands of dollars, going in debt. I mean, just like, I got a horror story for sure. Okay. So when I come on here and I tell you the fastest way for you to get a breakthrough is to get a mentor, and if you really don't want to spend too much money, I mean, honestly, it's a bargain, because it's a bonus that you get. To me, like, so people come to me, hey, Paul, what do you recommend I do? I want to make $2,000 a month. I want to make $5,000 a month. I want to make $10,000 a month. My first answer is, you got to get mentoring. Like that's it. I don't care what program you're in. It doesn't matter to me what program you're in. It doesn't matter. Because if you don't learn the skills, if you don't have a proven formula, if you don't have the mindset, a success mindset, a abundance mindset, like where you go and you expect great things to come to you, they're on their way already. If you don't have that, and you're like, oh, well, it's the program, right? It's the program. It's not the program. You got to learn these skills, and you got to improve your mindset if you want to get the results you want to get. It is that simple. And on the surface layer, it sounds very easy, right? It sounds like, oh, well, so mindset, all I got to do is go on YouTube and listen to some videos, and that's mindset. No, it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that, because now we're talking about energy. And that's actually what I wanted to talk about today is energy. So let's say you're taking massive action. Okay. And it's funny that, because I was watching a training by Ray Higdon yesterday, and the day before I watched that training, I had someone that I'm working with that I'm showing the ropes to, right? And one of the things I noticed he was doing the work, like he's taking lots of action. He's doing the work despite all the obstacles he has, despite the fact that he has to work like 12-hour days and drives around all day. I mean, there's all kinds of obstacles. I mean, he's even at a point where he doesn't have internet right now. So he's like trying to find places that have Wi-Fi so he can still work his business. I mean, that's dedication in my book. That's dedication in my book. But that's having a burning desire. That's a no excuse attitude right there. And that's why I know he's going to make it. But one of the things I noticed he was doing is he would message me and he would go, hey, yeah, so I sent my messages. I did what I needed to do, but no response yet. Nothing yet. Like that's every sentence would be nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. So I told him, I'm like, so what you're basically doing, you're doing the work, which is great. That's awesome. But what you're doing is you're sabotaging yourself because you're basically expecting nothing to happen. That's what you're doing. You're basically expecting nothing to happen because you're going, I'm doing the work, but nobody responded. No sales yet, right? And, yet is a good thing to put on the back of something. But what I told him to do was, when you go back to someone, you follow up with them and, they've watched the video or whatever. And, it's time to basically move to the close. Instead of say, like, because I know what's going on, like, because I've done it. Instead of going, oh, he's probably going to say no. Why would he do this? Whatever, right? Why would she do this? Probably going to say no. Here comes. You're literally expecting that to happen. So that is what you're going to get, because that's what you're speaking out. That's what you're speaking. That's what you're thinking. Is you're thinking that, oh, they're not going to sign up with me. That I'm going to get the no. It's not going to happen. And that's the energy that you have. So what you want to do, what I told him to do, was instead of doing that, go, hey, one of the things, I think I heard this from Jessica Higdon, and it was, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Just start saying, welcome to the team. Not to the person, but before you go and message that person, just go, welcome to the team. Like, just say it to yourself, and that's going to change the energy. Welcome to the team. Welcome aboard. Excited to have you. So now you are expecting the sale. You are expecting it. It's a different energy than, oh yeah, well, they'll probably say no. Nothing yet. Not going to happen. So that is huge right there. You go into it expecting it to happen. And the other thing I told him is, like, you're planting the seeds. It's already on its way. The law of law of gender says that, I won't go into the male-female part, but there's a gestation period for any seed. So an idea is a seed. So there's a gestation period. It takes 9 months for a baby to be born, right? From the moment of conception to when it is born. So the law of gender states that, I'm not gonna say it exactly, but basically the whole idea is, if you're doing the work, if you're planting the seeds, it is on its way. So I'm working with him to see that it's on its way. You're doing the work, you're planting the seeds. Now we just got to work on the energy. We got to work on your belief, your mindset, and then things are going to start opening up for you. So that's what I told him to start doing. And I'm like, you got to start expecting those sales. See, you've been down so long that you've just come to expect nothing to happen. So we got to change that. So welcome to the team. Welcome aboard. Expect the sale. Or if you don't want to say that, my sales are on the way. They're on the way. It's so whatever you have to speak out there, but make it positive. And that's really going to help you, because if you're doing the work, you're not getting the results. Most likely it's your negative self-talk. Human condition, 80% of what we do is negative self-talk. So we really got to be careful with what we say, what we think, what we do, and put our focus on what we want. Now, most of us want more money. Now, I'm going to say most of us want more money, but what is the money for? What do we want to use the money for? So one of the things I've had a hard time with is looking at money, like really focusing on money, right? Like that's kind of something I struggle with. So I have to put something tangible to it. So it could be like, it could be a new car, it could be a vacation. It could be, just something, it could be a house, right? So it could be something like that. And then you focus on that, and then things open up for you. So that's really what I have for today. I hope you got value. If you'd like to learn, thanks, Stephen. Appreciate that. If you'd like to learn more about the private community, go ahead and message me. I do have a link below, but really the best thing to do is to message me, and we can see if it's a fit for you, if it's even a fit for you. I can tell you something that, me personally, when I first entered the private community, I wasn't ready. Like I was still in a place where, I've had some success. Like I've been sponsoring people left and right, really, just every day, people coming in my business. But I had never hit the goal I really wanted to hit. And I had never, I was never able to really lead with higher ticket sales. I just didn't know how to do it. It was always low ticket to high ticket. Anyway, so when I first entered in, I wasn't ready. So for some people, it takes a while. Some people, like, they'll go in and they'll see the training and they'll go, okay, this is very surface, right? This is very simple. I'm going to do what I do, right? And so there are people, they're in there a year, they do nothing. There's people that 2 years do nothing. Then all of a sudden, they get to a point where they're like, you know what? I'm going to do what he teaches me to do. I'm done. I'm done fighting this crap. I'm going to do what he teaches me to do, what they teach me to do in this community. And that's when you see results happen. So I just had $1,000 day a couple days ago. So it's in motion. It's happening. I've had sales coming in every day now, this week, from whatever else. I have other things I do as well. But it's all about where you put your energy. Okay. So one of the things I was doing before, when I was going through this process, I was going to wrap this up. I just thought about this. When I was going through this process, okay, I'm taking action. And I'm doing the action steps, right? I'm going to take a massive action. But at the same time, I was doing what the guy I told to change what he was saying was doing. So I would go, man, yeah, I'm sending all these messages, I'm making all these videos, and nothing yet, right? Nothing yet. And I was literally self-sabotaging myself by saying those things. And I would get all upset at the end of the day. I'd be like, you can talk to my wife about it. And she helped me correct it. She's like, some of the things you're saying, you really need to be aware of that and change that, because that's what's happening. Is you're getting to a place where you're like, you're sending these messages and this energy is going through, right? It's going through to the other side, to whoever it is you're communicating with, and they're picking up on that energy. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Obviously, that's going to stop things cold. So, I was self-sabotaging myself. And when I decided to stop talking about what went wrong during the day or what didn't happen, and I started focusing more on what it is I want, I just shut my mouth. I stopped talking about what was bad. Every time I thought about oh, because you get in this habit of saying what's wrong, right? We all get in this habit of saying what's wrong. And I was getting this habit like, oh yeah, I had someone today and for whatever reason I have the money now. And like I was going down this path. And when I started changing that, look, I'm not where I want to be yet. I'll say that. But when I started changing that, I started seeing things starting to open up. So I've really changed. Like I don't speak bad. I'm doing good about that. I'm doing good, doing well so far, right? I'm like really aware of what I say, and the end of the day is the worst part for me because I get my stuff done, and the way I think, and I know it's wrong, the way I think is if I do the work, I should get results. I know that's wrong because it doesn't work that way. It takes time sometimes. Things are in motion, but it takes time. But, I would get to the end of the day and I'd be all pissed off. Be like, what the hell? I'm doing the work. I'm out there, I'm talking to people or connecting with people and just, they're not moving. They're not doing anything. And so I was really going down this like rabbit hole, right? Like I was like, it's getting worse and worse. And my wife told me, she's like, yeah, you really got to watch what you're saying. So she's like, I don't want to hear any more about what's not happening. I want to hear about what is happening. And I want you to focus on the fact that you are doing the work and you are showing up and you are consistent. I want you to focus on those things and expect what you want to come. So I made that shift, and it's a work in progress. I'm not going to lie, it's a work in progress, but I'm going to keep working on it. And I will keep sharing with you what it is I'm doing. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up there. You have a fantastic day. And like I said, you want information about the private community, just go ahead and reach out to me, message me. I'm a real guy. I'm more than happy to help you. Okay. And with that, make it a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.